Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud on their beds. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute on them this written judgment. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Recall, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim pushing his truth and sincerity and diligently putting up videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep. This is McCoy from the Trump in the V8 camp, and I'm about to get into it. So this is Proverbs chapter 25 and 28. It said, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Let's go into the word rule, restraint, or control. So it says the person that doesn't have restraint or control over their own spirit is like a city without walls. Now, if your city doesn't have walls, what does that mean? That means you are subject to anything that comes along. Okay. And as men, we are not allowed to be this way. It is not common. Okay. Now you look at women; they are governed and ruled by their emotions. This is why they're supposed to be with men of understanding. Okay. If they were lucky enough to get a man with understanding, because you got a lot of women in the world who have just guys with no wisdom understanding, which are ultimately they're going to be destroyed. But the point is, us as men, we are not allowed to be, or we are not allowed. We don't have the room to be ruling to not rule our spirit. So like, well, we don't have room to not rule our spirit. Now, just coming from being in the world and coming into the truth, sometimes you're going to make mistakes and you're going to do this. Okay, but you want to try not to do that as best as you can. Okay, you want to try to filter everything through the scripts. Okay, this is how you not get yourself in trouble. Because it's like you walking down the street and an Edomite bump into you and you just whoop his ass because you think, oh, this is an Edomite. He shouldn't be touching me. He's a dog. Okay. You're drawing right now. You're going off because it ain't the time for that. You got to rule your own spirit. Okay. And plus we know Satan is trying to get us out of here. Okay. Satan is seeking to find our emotions that he can poke us with. Satan is like a female. Okay. He's looking for that one little weakness, that one little chink that he can slip a knife into to get you to do things you're not supposed to be doing. This is Satan's job. Okay. He'll come through via your kids. He'll come your woman. He'll come through your job, your health. Any way he can slip in there, he's going to try to slip in to try to get you out of here. Okay. They try to tempt you, to try to chop you down, to try to weaken your defenses. And the thing that fuels this is us getting away from the scripts and playing on our emotions. Okay. Matter of fact, this is 2 Timothy 2:5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. And that's Slocky, that's not the one. First Corinthians 9:25. And every man that striveth for the masteries is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an uncorruptible crown. Okay, so we strive for masteries to get that incorruptible crown. They can't be touched. But it says when you go into that word temperate, it goes into control, which goes into what? How we got to be with our spirit. We got to rule our spirit, control, restraint. Okay, so it says somebody who strives for the mastery, they want to constantly get better. They're going to be temperate in all things. Okay, they're going to be in self-control, and this is how you want to be. You want to be in self-control because when you're in the truth long enough, you start understanding the way people talk to you, how they treat you. It's not really them, it's the demons on them, and you don't feed into it because that's what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to come out the scripts, and he wants you to fight him on his playing field. He doesn't want you to fight him on your playing field in the scriptures. No, he plays onto your emotions and try to get you out. I remember this was when I first came to Virginia. I think it was, well, not the first time, but probably like maybe 3 weeks of being out here, maybe 4 weeks. A Edomite came up to me. He literally got he was so close. He was close enough to me. He could have just reached his hand out and touched my face. That's how close he was. And he was just like being super irate, yelling, asking me, telling me to fight him. Like, but in that moment, I realized this was just Satan trying to get me to come onto his playing field. Because I was just sitting there. I wasn't, because I'm like in the world, I did the boxing and cage fighting. So, and I'm used to taking hits. So it's like I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm not scared to get hit first because I'm used to getting hit, and anything happens after that, I'll take care of it. But so I didn't freak out when I don't freak out when people get my personal space because I'm used to that. So I don't freak out when people get my personal space. I know normal people get freaked out because they're not used to it. Coming from fighting background, I'm used to people getting in my personal space without being alarmed. So, but the point is, at that moment, I realized this guy had Satan on him. He was that close to me, begging me to hit him. He was clearly trying to get me to come into his playground. Because if it was anything else, he would have just came up and hit me. Because he had came all the way across the street from where he was at and got into my face and told me to fight him. So he wanted me to hit him. But the point of this is, when you get in this long enough, if you're lucky, you can start seeing spirits on people. You understand that, hey, this is not this person. I'm not coming up against this person. I'm coming up against a spirit. I'm coming up against demons. That's why scriptures say, our weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but are pulling down strongholds, going up against principalities and wickedness in high places. That's these spirits that are on these people. This is who we coming up against. But in the flesh, you might look and say, this is just a person. No, it's spirits on these people. And as you grow, you're supposed to learn how to control your spirit even more and be temperate in all things, self-control in all things. And I'm not perfect at that. I'm not as best as I could be, but I'm getting there. Because everybody in the truth, we all got our own things we got to work on. You got somebody in the truth that doesn't, in the world, he wasn't really like a violent person or dealt in the physical, like as to handle problems. So that'd be like easier for them because that was never their thing. But a person like me who always mostly resorted to violence, coming from the fighting background, it'll be harder for me to turn that switch off. Because like I said, everybody has their own things they got to work on. Okay. Everybody has their own things. Like you got some guys who in the truth, they loved a lot of women and they had to turn it down. Me, I never really had that problem where I just wanted every single female. I never really had that problem. So that wasn't a hard thing for me to wrap my head around. So some things are going to be harder for other people, but the whole point is you can't let your emotions and your flesh rule you. But this is Proverbs 29 and verse 11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. So a fool is a person who's going to be running off with their emotions. They're not going to assess the situation. They're not going to filter it through the scripts. They're going to act how they want to act. They're going to react. They're going to be natural about it. Okay, but it says a wise man is going to keep it in until afterward. He's going to assess the situation. He's going to diagnose what's going on. And then he's going to filter scripts in to see how he's supposed to act. This is what a wise man does. This is what we all got to do. It is hard to go wrong when you process things in that fashion. It's hard to slip up in this truth. Proverbs 15:18. A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeases strife. And like I said, the one day where the guy got in my face and he wanted to fight, if it was me, like when I first came into the truth, me and that guy, we would have been fighting, playing out. It'd have been, because when I first came in, I still had a lot of the old man on me, and we would have been fighting out there. But coming along, gaining experience, and brothers talking to me like, yo, bro, you got to calm down out there, and me self-examining what I'm actually doing, I eventually seen that a better way to go about it. And I don't really feed into things like that anymore. And like I said, I'm getting better with it. But it says, but he that is slow to anger appeases strife. And I was slow to anger that day. When that guy came up, I didn't feed into it. I was slow to anger. I let him just say what he had to say. And I told him to just keep it moving. Get ready for slavery. We ain't up here to fight you. But if you put your hands on us, we'll defend ourselves. But we ain't up here to fight. Get ready for slavery. We just up here to talk. Keep it moving. Let's go over here. This is Psalms 103:8. It says, Yahweh is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy. And this is the spirit that we got to be in. We got to be as Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Yahweh Shai said we got to be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. We got to be like him. We got to be merciful unto our brothers. Okay, we got to be merciful. We got to be gracious unto our brothers. Okay, we got to be slow to anger. Another one. And not just with the brothers, with in all things. We got to learn how to apply things to certain places. Like how you learn that you don't go around telling the truth to everybody. That's something that you learn. Because a lot of brothers, more than not, brothers came in, they wanted to tell everybody. But you eventually learn, like, all right, this ain't the best way to go about things. I got to put that Clark Kent on. But these are various things that you gain through experience in this. Or at least you should. But we got to be, as Yahweh Bashim Yahshua says, plenteous in mercy. It said it twice. Yahweh is merciful. And then at the end it says plenteous in mercy. So it said it twice. So we got to be double the merciful. Okay, if you're not merciful, you're going to die. And it's really that simple. If you're not merciful, you're going to die. Okay, because the debt that we accumulated against Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, all these sins, and we expect forgiveness from that, we gotta go that extra mile with our brothers. That 7 times 7. Okay, unless he's breaking the law and he won't change, that's a whole nother story. But if it's like a disagreement, you got to get over that. If he's sincerely trying to change, you got to get over that. Okay, you got to get over that. It's just the law. You got to. And again, by you not doing that, that's you letting your emotions get the best of you. And where is that going to lead? Destruction. You fall into the hands of Satan. Romans 12:2. So okay, why do I go to X? Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good. So it says we can't be like the world anymore. We got to be renewed because the world is based on emotions. However you feel, you got to act immediately. You got to act immediately. You got to go how you feel. This whole place is based on feelings, how you feel. No, bro. We got to filter things through the scripts. That's how a man of the Lord moves. If you claim to serve Yahweh Shem Shai, that's how you gotta move. You gotta filter everything you do through the scripts. If it ain't lining up with the scripts, you gotta switch it up. Okay, if it ain't lining up with the scripts, you gotta switch it up. But that's the whole thing. You want to instead of jumping to your emotions when something pop off, jump to the scripts. Okay, that's the best thing you can do in this. And it says prove what is good, and what is good, relying on Yahweh Shem Shai. If somebody says that's how you shut down Satan, right? Think about it. Imagine you and your brother have a beef or something, and he says something and you say something. Y'all both got your own thing y'all want to say, but what do the scripts say? That's the end all be all. You and your woman got something to say to each other, but what do the scripts say? That's the end all be all. Because Yahweh Shem Shai, he sees anything, everything is squashed through these scripts. Okay, that's how Satan wants to he wants you to play. He wants you to use your emotions to get through things. Well, since you feel this way, I want to do this, or since you feel that way, I'm gonna do this. No, that's how Satan sneaks in. Don't let that happen. Filter through the scripts. Okay. Don't give Satan a chance to play on you. Filter everything through the scripts. Like I said, that's the best thing you can do. And just because I'm saying this, I'm not perfect at it. I myself have to get better at this as well. Proverbs 3:6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So it says, in all your ways acknowledge him. So you're going to constantly be filtering Yahweh Shem Shai through your life. Okay? You see a woman walking with her man, you're not going to be just checking her out. You're going to filter that through the scripts. And how are you going to filter that? She's more than likely a married woman. I'm going to look away. She's over here walking with a guy. More than likely, that's her man. I'm going to look away. You get to the store. When you go to the market, you get to the market, you start checking ingredients on labels. It's got pork in it. Why are you doing that? Filtering it through the scripts, right? Everything you do, you want to filter through the scripts. Okay? You can't go wrong doing this. Galatians 5:16. Then I say, then walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. There it is. Filter through the scripts, and you won't let Satan win. That's roughly paraphrasing what's going on here. Walk in the spirit, so you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. Filter through the scripts, so you don't let Satan win. Okay, because when you don't filter through the scripts, Satan is happy. Like, yes, I got him in my domain. I got him going away from his power. He's at my domain. It's a free-for-all over here. This is what Satan wants. You don't let him win. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary, the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. See, they're contrary one another. They're going to get you to do things you wouldn't normally do. You get in your feelings, you're going to do things you wouldn't normally do. Now, you can get in your feelings and then go to the scripts, and that'll calm you down. Like, okay, I do want to whoop his ass, but, that wouldn't be the feasible thing to do here. That wouldn't be expedient for me to whoop his ass, even though he deserves the ass whooping. We got to wait on Yahweh Shem Shai. Filter in the scripts. It says, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lavishness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies, envying, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like of, the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in a time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. So it says all these evil, wicked things come from you relying on your emotions. And that's a fact. Okay? Adultery. You see the girl looks good, but I'm going to keep checking her out anyway. I'm going to go give her my number. I know she got a man, but he not with her today. right? Witchcraft, idolatry, witchcraft. Let's go to witchcraft. I'm going to celebrate Christmas because I know my son like it. I'm going to celebrate Halloween because I know my son like it. That's you and your feelings about how your son feels. It's not about how we feel. It's about the scriptures. You got to filter it through the scripts. Okay, I can give you an example on all of these. Lasciviousness. That should be like money and yeah. See, wantingness. Okay, lasciviousness. Man, I really do need a new iPhone. Or man, I really do need go get my nails done. Or man, I really do need some new sneaks. I know I got like 6 pair, but I need 7 pair. I gotta make it a complete set. I need 7. You going off? You don't need that. You don't need that. But why do you feel like that? Your emotions. The scriptures didn't tell you to do that. It says, but the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering. So it says the spirit is of love, joy, peace, long suffering. What is long suffering? Enduring hardship, no matter what. It says gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. They go that temperance again, temperance. Okay, self-control, meekness, being humble, not feeling like you better than somebody. Okay, oh, I'm better than him. I've been in the truth longer than him. Oh, I'm better than him. I know more breakdowns than he know. No, bro. It says, against such there is no law, and they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and the lust. So we're supposed to put off that old man. It's supposed to be crucified, dead and gone. Okay? Dead and gone. Let's go over here. 2 Peter 1:5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance. So what's virtue? It should be like goodness. See, moral goodness. So it says you got to add moral. It says, and beside this, giving all diligence. So we got to be diligent. It says, add to your faith virtue. So you can have faith, but you got to have a good moralness to it. Okay. And it says, upon your good morals, you got to add knowledge. So you can have good morals, but if you don't have the knowledge to what to do with these good morals, you can go off. It's like Jake's in the world. They so-called want to do good, but they do good to everybody. That's not according to the scripture. The scripture says you got to do good to the godly man. Okay. That's how you do good to. So you can have a so-called good morals, but if they without the knowledge, it's a waste. It says, and to godliness, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity. And charity is long suffering, peace, joy, right? Patience, temperance. All these things fall into charity. This is it's a round circle. It says, for if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. So a person who doesn't have patience, long suffering, mercy, joy, peace, who doesn't have these things, who doesn't have control over his own emotions, he's going to be destroyed, because he's going to forget that he came from this life. He's going to forget, like, I shouldn't be puffed up because I came from nothing. I used to do these things. Okay? I used to do these things. But you should be in a mindset, I'm going to help this person get out of this. I used to be here. I'm going to help him get out of here because a brother helped me get out of where I'm at. Or Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai helped me get out where I'm at. So I'm going to give this back to help him out. Okay? Charity covers charity can cover a multitude of sins. And we have multitudes of sins built up through our life. So we need all the charity we can give out. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash, Adawan, Ratazah, Thumb, Tamayim, Akim, Yakal. Shalom.